So you mentioned, the five wide receivers on the 53, 6 if you count Felton, who's working there. 2 tight ends.
Felton's 5.5. He's the 5.5 wide receiver, the 4.5 running back.
So you got 4 running backs, you got 2 tight ends, you got 5.5 wide receivers. Is that, to me, it just seems like it's telling me they're going to play a little bit more Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb, 2 running backs together. Am I reading too much into those numbers?
I wouldn't necessarily not think so. I mean, because the first thing you look at right now is if it's 2 tight ends and there's no fullback on the roster, what are you doing on 3rd and 1? What are you doing on 1st and goal from the 3? You're going to put a second person in that backfield. My guess is it's Kareem Hunt. They'll get, what would you, in that circumstance, you'd run another offensive lineman on the field and you'll run him as a tackle eligible. But the point is it maybe isn't so much about, the positions right now as it is the players. You look at this and, there are some good offensive players and we're going to find a way to get those guys onto the field. This team used a fullback for the last 2 years. Andy Janovich, Johnny Stanton didn't really do much. Who would you rather have on the field with an opportunity to make a play with the ball in their hands? Kareem Hunt, Dearness Johnson, any one of the wide receivers, any one of the tight ends. It was something they tried, and I think one of the reasons they were so interested in going after a player like Deshaun Watson is they felt they could make this next evolution and maybe, spread things out a little more, with Deshaun Watson. And look, it's about scoring points in the NFL nowadays. And, scoring points don't usually, equate to, 2 running backs in the backfield or certainly involving a fullback by any means whatsoever. Or you could just find some guy who plays / linebacker / fullback / special teams, use him a couple of snaps on offense if you have to. But, for the Browns, it's definitely moving, to more similarities to what everybody else is doing, is whereas, you're basically putting basketball on grass and just trying to find your best athletes and put the ball in their hands.